So the graphic library book that I had was John Brown's Raid on Ferry Harper, and the book is about John Brown and his quest to end slavery, and so he tries to get a bunch of slaves together, and he tries to raid this ferry to steal the guns, um, and then use them to revolt against slavery. And so for my activity that I have, I made a book, and it's called John Brown, uh, Where My Plan Went Wrong. And so obviously his plan didn't successfully go through. And so this book, it goes through, and it's the who John Brown is, what he did, uh, when he did it, where he did it, why he did it, and then where I think his plan went wrong. And then in the back of the book is the standard. So what I did to kind of make this uh, different is I made it in first person. So it's like the kids are John Brown. And so when I go through, they list who he was, and when he was born and when he died. Then it goes through and tells what he did. So it talks about how he's an abolitionist and the raid that he did. It tells when he did it, specifically the date, and then it tells where he did it. So at the ferry, and then why he did it. So they go in to explain that he was trying to help the slaves, and he was trying to end slavery, and he was going to get the guns to take and revolt against slavery. And then in the back it says this was kind of something that the students will do in their point of view, and that is where they think his plan went wrong. So I listed the two reasons that I think his plan went wrong, but obviously they would have different ones. And then finally in the back of the book, I listed the standard, and the standard is explain how disputes can threaten the peace in a community and how they may be resolved peacefully. And I believe this is a good standard for that, because this obviously could have been handled a lot more smooth and a lot more peacefully. And so for the students to see that, talk through what they could have done, I feel like that addresses the standard perfectly. So once again, this is my book, and it's the where we think his plan went wrong, and a little bit about John Brown.